already monitored for a long time waka na mukola these other different groceries nofuna ka experience?
Well, passion nayo mwedi because I'm passionate about eating healthy. Yes, and taking care of oneself, and there is nothing that I sell or I've ever done that I'm not passionate about, because it's very hard to sell something you're not passionate about. It's very hard for me to sell alcohol because I don't take it. Yes, I wouldn't know how it feels when you take it.
Yeah.
But I know how it feels when you eat good food.
Yes.
I know what it does to the body. And it's my lifestyle. So it's very easy. Or it's very hard to sell, name it, anything that I don't use.
Yeah.
It's hard to sell. So of course, passion is there a bit. I have not studied health, but I do self-studies on YouTube, on the University of YouTube.
Kati, at that time, when did you start Go Grocery? No better, more intention.
Well, the idea had been hanging around for some time, but yes, there's fear of execution and also excuses of I don't have this, I don't have that, I need space, I need a lot of things. I wrote down a business plan, and of course it was over 30 million.
Okay.
Yes. And of course when I get that in future, I'll inject in it. Yes. But of course when you have a bigger dream, you find ways of narrowing it down to how can I execute it now. And I took some time thinking about it, and then in October last year, I launched it. Okay. Yes, and by launching it, designed my flyers, of course also with the help of AI, design my flyers, create my content, and launch it online.
You know, everyone has a business, but every business becomes interesting mutayongedemo value addition. So what value addition do you get mu groceries? Ne fruits, ne vegetables otonda?
Well, value addition.
Bani wali you're targeting?
Now Go Grocery targeting oyo muntu kangambenga gwe nti you wake up early morning, you go to work,
breakfast ako.
Yes. You go to work, you barely have time to go to the market. So when you go back home, you find yourself getting some street food. Yes, and if you go on and on and on, it's so good for your body. So Go Grocery makes it easy in a way that I want to eat some good food, I can get back home with my chopped veggies in the fridge.
That means Go Grocery chopping these vegetables.
Yes, so now the value addition is that you get it readily washed, chopped, and chopped in whichever way you want. If you want mixed vegetables, then we mix whichever you want. If you want to mix salads, so that you find them ready to simply prepare and eat. So the value addition is the washing, because I looked at the fact that everyone is selling vegetables. Someone could just go out to their house and buy from a store, but what would make it different? So convenience. Yes, people are buying convenience, because I get people that are as far as Namungona, Muyenga, shopping from Sisasi. People are buying convenience, so that's value. And the fact that so you spare that time for other important things.
Kati, in your first month, how do you do your books go omazo kutonda? Or okole chibalo after a month, or after a week, no manyanti sales of new codes no sente, or banezine, how do you do it?
So I record in an Excel sheet on my laptop. Buli chamber, buli customer gwemba mfunye, because with customer gwemba mfunye, I make an expense. Yes. So at the end of the month, I look at the income and the expense I made, and I look at the profit.
Wow.
So basically I record everything. Even if I go to the market, I'll record it. So I record every single shilling.
That's interesting. Katubado yogede ku packages eneno. No yogeda ko enene nentono. Kati, how much does each go for?
Well, it depends on what it is. For example, green pepper, let's say green pepper over carrots, butunguru, they are the kinda in the same category of prices. 4,500. The prices also keep changing depending on the season. Yes, because there are times when you want to sell a cup of peas, let's say peas, at 5,000, and then you go in the market and the cap is 7,000. So the I include that on my price list.
Okay.
Yes, that prices will keep changing depending on the season.
On the market.
Now ogenda mu katale osanga obutungulu kati bakuwa bubiri. Nyanya bali bakuwa nnya kati bakuwemu. Usually things change and there is no food in the farms. So that's why you find that prices keep changing. But currently, things like carrots, green pepper, butungulu, the ranges of 4,000. Then enene ziringa mu 7,000.
Awo ngomaze okuzisala. Nga tonaba.
Nga sinnaba.
Ekigeza otunda non-cut and cut veggies.
Waliwo ababeera baagala eziri whole, waliwo ababeera baagala ensale naye nga byonna mbyoza.
Okay.
Yes, so whether you want them whole or cut, they are all washed.
Waliwo akulaba ng'agamba akawala ko kalina emyaka emeka?
Siri kawala, ndi guwala.
Oli guwala?
Yeah, I am 28 years.
Oh, wow, that is very impressive. Kasoko tubule biki byosobodde okwekolera mu business ya Good Grocery?
Byensobodde
okwekolera achievements.
Well, achievements, well, first of all, the fact that you will have cash flow on yourself to spend on the things that you love, it's an achievement.
Okay.
Because to be there ngokuba banaye bampeyo 5k, bampeyo 10k.
Bana abatutawanya ku WhatsApp, send me 10k agent, they were facing up.
Yeah, send me 10k agent.
Never Pamela.
Send me 2k banange mpayo data. I don't like those things. So to be able to take care of yourself, that's an achievement. Well, Go Grocery is still a startup, and I haven't really achieved much financially, but I'll get there because I launched it in October last year, and I started getting customers 4 months ago.
Oh, wow.
So I was persistently posting until when customers came through. I expected, I wrote down a plan of this is how I'm going to get customers, and TikTok was not part of them. I said I'm going to work door to door, I'm going to email, email marketing, I'm going to... But then when I got customers from TikTok, I was overwhelmed. I said initially I bought a cape and t-shirt to be able to walk door to door. Yeah. But I didn't choose them because TikTok just didn't work for me.
Interesting. We need to check the corner. You get a kubata batawanya 10k urgently. No, you get about persistency in the business. Nagalo oyongere kokao ukatiza konsonge.
Kunsonga ya
persistence in business kubanga walaba bakasoma ne baja 4 months after or 4 months ago atenga miezi jali just wali tofuna ba customer.
Now the thing is, statistically Uganda is one of the most entrepreneurial countries, but 90% of those businesses, they still don't make it to their first year. Yes, and it's not because we are very brilliant people. Okay. It's because embeera itugamba kangende in business. Yes. Bags zitunda fena netugwa mu bag. Obugatto makeup. Abayiribi. Tuli bayiribi. We are certified hustlers. And then no laba bags down the road tezichatunda over the market is now oversaturated. Airbnb zikola easy money fena netugwa mu Airbnb. That's how we are. We are hardly innovative. But then those are the reasons that usually push us into business, which is not enough reason to persist and push on. Kasente kagwirao then nechigwirao. But it's important to know why you got into that business. Then it's enough reason for you to be able to keep pushing. And then naturally we enter into business expecting immediately kusasulira rent, immediately kusasulira like all your expenses in that moment. Yet it requires some time to grow. Yes. So we usually get into business ngembera yes. And I've been there because before I've run like how many businesses before this? So many, and it's not because I see the opportunities there and I know all the businesses were good if I had persisted. It's just that you pull back, let me go and look for something else. So business is like a baby that you have to allow to grow. And naturally ofuna ka profit ka 10k no career. You don't invest it back in the business. So it's hard for our businesses to go past the 1 year because the reasons why we get into it, we don't have enough reason to stay.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's immediate money.
Njagala nsemye nnyo that fact George n'ogamba twagala nnyo kubanga tu akatono ke tujje twagala kubanga tukalya. But business here, fresh fruits and vegetables that have can get fragile. How have you been able to keep this up?
By fragile,
in terms of vegetables going bad and
so yeah, I thought about that fact. And someone may think I needed a lot of money to start, but I made sure until I only work on I made sure until nkola ku customer nga orders. Yes, so when an order comes in,
go packing.
See packing, I go and buy and make sure they are fresh. And also see we take them fridge, because when we take them fridge, that time of transporting to the customer kangambe cucumber daily frozen. No, in that time of transporting akasane kajoche tukayonga
etani kokutuyana.
Yes, tukayonga yone often is very wet, so all my things are fresh. Of course I've started also writing down list of farmers that I buy from, so they are directly from people who bring food from the village. So I don't keep any stock.
Wow.
Yes, if you make an order now, that is why I don't do same day deliveries.
They have to come in a day before.
So when you order today, bang, deliver, I give you an invoice, you make payment.
Payment first.
Before. You know, one of the things that I also learned that poor people get paid after the job. No banja
kathimbi kobambi.
So also it helped me to start little, and also the fact that I put in a lot of professionalism and ngamba, your order will be confirmed after payment. So after payment has been confirmed, because it also protects me. There are times that I would buy a lot of things for customers who have not paid, and then later they pull out.
Oh dear, sorry about that.
Yes, so there are orders like worth 200,000, orders worth 100,000, and you lose all that.
That is a sentence.
Yes, so I can imagine food that you have bought in bulk. That's a lot of
It's
food.
a lot.
You're not going to eat all of it. I was told so it also protects me that someone I will
ready to go.
Yes, I'll confirm an order after someone has made a payment.
I really love the small beginnings and how you shared you door-to-door business. No gamba, you know what? Let me first take this business to TikTok, and I see the customer batandika okoba. I am sure that wawuliranga, where have I been all this time not using TikTok? But you know, with Go Groceries and Vegetables, what are some of the challenges you have encountered along the way?
One of the challenges I've had is actually a good challenge. A good, but I'll get there. You see, I had strategies of this is how I'm going to get customers. TikTok alone brought me a lot of customers. I was overwhelmed. Yes. I was overwhelmed in the fact that I don't have the capacity to take care of them.
Okay.
Because right now I do everything. I make the invoices, I go to the market, I do the shopping. I don't have extra help.
Like in a week, when the week ends, less on a Friday or Saturday, how much money do you walk away with?
Well, right now I would say a candidate, because of the capacity that I don't have.
Okay.
I intentionally increased the prices so that I can't work in it, because they were coming in
many orders
at a time. I get worn out so bad. I couldn't even lift a finger. You can't move because you've spent over 24 hours without sleeping, going to the market, working on everything. So right now I increased the prices slightly a bit, and even the returning customers held back, but it was intentional.
Okay.
So that I raised it, still bachagula.
Tolowooza kwongera ku manpower ekuyambeko.
you on jajongera, but I haven't found people.
Okay.
Because also the other thing in business is that when you get people to work with, it's important that you get people that you align the same values with. Yes. And people that have the same work ethic. Okay, it might not exactly be the same.
People who carry the mind of your business.
People who will understand your vision. That's very hard to get. I don't want people who just come do things kwagamaya. Yes.
And vegetables zetaga hygiene,
yes,
high level.
hygiene, and the fact that the reviews that I get from my customer, like the neatness, the good quality products that I choose, because I want my customers to feel the value that I give them. It's not just a matter of getting money from them, right? So it's important that you get people that you can align the same values with in business and everything, right? And that is very hard to get. So currently I increased my prices as I find such people, and to be able to like get bigger space. It's also important sagala kubana mululu nti mbigwamu muje and then I pick just anyone, so it's important that I'm careful about that.
It is a selection of the work labor abantu abagenda okubakolera. It's very important. What other challenge have you faced?
The other challenge, actually the biggest, is the price fluctuations. For example, right now I don't have many customers yet to be able to send you ngule kangampengo bumode. Ngule sak. Yes. Tebanaweda to that level. Boje bali. But like I said, I need to first have the capacity to be able to do so.
Yeah.
So the challenge is, for example, if I buy an apple at 1,000, I sell it at 1,500. Of course, the profit is returned. But in future, if you find, okay, let me first concentrate on this point. Sometimes I go to the market and I find that an apple is at the price that I'm selling it at, and yet you've already given a customer an invoice. They have already paid. You're not going to go back. Hey, yongera ko 10, yongera ko 13. Yes. So most times I take in that loss. Yes. There are times that I go to, I've sold maybe, let's say I've sold beans at 4,000. Yes, per cup. Or let's actually use peas. There's a time I went to the market, the cup that I used to buy 3,000. It was a whooping 7,000 per cup. That was way more than the loss that I could get. So
Kati ekikopo kya peas okina sente meka ng'okiggyayo ku 3,000?
Ntunda. Now for me, I do packs. I don't do the regular ekikopo kimu. I have
those pack
I have fixed packs.
Okay.
Now pack ekitono etuuka 3 cups, which is a kilo.
Okay.
Yes. So that one, it depends on the prices in the market, but it ranges from 12,000, 14, 15, 16. I think currently it's 16 because the prices are a bit high. 16 kg per kilo.
Okay.
Sorry, 16 k per kilo.
Yeah.
So, and then I think my beans a kilo is at 14,000.
Okay.
And like I said, I intentionally raise the prices so that I can narrow
the customers.
Yeah, the number of people that come in. But surely I'm going to take it back because I know there are so many people that need my services, and the market is there. So my problem is not that customers are not there; it's that I'm failing to have the capacity.
Wakulabanga agamba omukyalo ono dola tannatugamba mu wiiki akolamu nga sente meka on average ko nga izo gamba nake business ddagala gye attempting.
Now on average, right now currently nfunamu bakasitoma nga bana
a week.
A week.
Abali serious.
Abali serious. Because obviously I don't work on anyone who hasn't paid. So that in profit, it's like 200 to 50 in profit. Yes. But expenses, of course, you've spent like half of that in expenses. Ngobazemu transport, the packaging was that they call the branding and the purchases we've made. But sometimes when I've made losses, like I've said, and of course it falls on me, not on the customer, it's way less. Yeah.
Well, it seems to be a bit more fragile in that aspect, but I love the spirit that you have, that let me keep going. But it's together about $10 a week or 150,000.
even 200, 250, even 300.
Going beyond.
Yeah.
Okay.
My first time I made, the first time I got customers, the profit was 250, and I got just a few customers who are buying, and meanwhile they buy in bulk as well. They buy, I get orders worth 200, 150, 100. Most orders are above 100,000.
Wow. There is someone agamba ze bya business bityamuko mulimu a lot of losses. Chichosobola okubanga obagamba because idea nga gwe nawe bagitandika n'ogamba let me go, whether risk or no risk, I'm gonna make money.
Well, business and anything in life, everything is risky. Yes, you just have to choose your hard. They say employment is hard, business is hard. Actually, business is harder. There's one time I came across a comment. Someone said, I started a business to be financially free, to have financial freedom, to have actually financial stability. Now I'm mentally unstable. Business is hard, yes, because you run away from a 9 to 5, now you're working 24 hours because you have to constantly think of how to grow your business, how to impress your customers, you have to keep up with the trends. Yes, because when the vegetables stall, everyone is doing a stall, but the world is evolving. What are you doing different? Yes, so that is why and Uganda is starting to embrace e-commerce. So that is why my it's like a store.
Yes, store where
but running fully online. Yes, so business is hard, surely. So we can't deny or beat about the bush, but doing enough research before you get into something, learn about your competitors. What are they doing and what's your unique value proposition? What could you do different from what other people are doing? Those are things you think about before you start any business. And then obviously find ways every day on how you can grow and impress your customers. For example, if you see companies like Movit, they used to sell to us in that funny looking packaging, because they see the world is evolving. They've also changed their packaging. They have added flavor.
Adjusting to the
adjust.
season.
So for any business to thrive, those are the things you do: persistence and keep yourself in the know of trends.
Keep yourself in the know of trends.
Yes, because the world keeps evolving.
Wow. Keep yourself in the know of trends if you're a business owner. Wachi techikulu Dora chatugambye, especially in business. Natugamba nti bw'oba otandika business to be financially stable or to liberate yourself, that may not be the case, and you may find yourself putting in more a lot. I feel like we really needed more time on this kubanga kimanye tebuzo binja abantu bagala kubuza ebibuzo, but they can keep those questions coming and you'll be able to respond to those questions. Nabakozesa 07744050 okubanga olina ekibuzo kyonna ky'otwebuzaako okubanga tuconnectinga ne Dora, and if you had not yet started business ng'otidetiddemu, this is an inspiration for you to start today and to start now. Well, do allow me sign off right here, and it's been wonderful having you, Dora, on the business treasure tip.
It's been nice to
Webala okuzaamu abantu amaanyi n'okubanga okola business, and we hope it will grow better and bigger with time, and we're going to sign off right here on the Sunrise Show. Era enkya tujja kuba tukomawo butereevu ddala nnyo. Enkya tugenda kuba n'omuntu agenda otubulira nga bwe yatandika liquid soap business n'emitwalo 3. So welcome on the Sunrise Show. See you.
Welcome to the Sunrise Show. My name is Angel Walker.
Erectile dysfunction is one of the causes of marital breakups. But do you know we have a solution right here?
On the Sunrise, learn how